Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Gems of Knowledge. Today I am here with another video on data handling, that is about the organizing data and also on the grouping of data. So first we'll see what is organizing data. So before we start the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also click the bell button to get the notification as soon as I post my new videos. So here we should know what is raw data as well as frequency. To organize our data, we need to know these two things. So what is raw data? So data available to us in an unorganized form is called as raw data. Okay. So the whatever data is available to us which is not organized in an unorganized form, so that forms of data is called as raw data. Okay. Next comes frequency. So what is frequency now? The number of times that a particular entry occurs is known as frequency. So the number of times that unorganized data is given, so that is nothing but called as frequency. So we'll know what is this in the next question. You can see here one example is given, frequency distribution table. Okay, so here you can see a group of students were asked to say which animal they would like most to have as a pet. Okay, the results are, so this many results have been given: dog, cat, fish, cat, again rabbit, dog, cat, rabbit, dog, cat. Okay, and here one cow is given. Again the same things are repeated. So what we have to make? We have to make a frequency distribution table. Okay. So just see the raw data. I was talking about the raw data, the data which is available to us in an unorganized form. So you can see this is in the form of unorganized. Okay, one time dog is repeated, again two times cat is repeated. You can see again fish is there, again repeated cat. So this data is nothing but called as raw data, which is in an unorganized forms. Okay, so now we have to find out frequency. It means particular dog is repeated how many times, particular cat is repeated how many times. So that number is known as frequency. Okay, so let us make the frequency distribution table. So here we'll write name of the animals, tally marks and number of students like. So this is nothing but called as frequency. Okay. So here let us see, these are the names of the animals which is occurred here. Okay, so we have to write how many times it has occurred. So dog is occurred how many times? So let us count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 times. So let us write the entry here, it as 10 times. Okay, so I'll tell you what are the tally marks. Next comes cat. So let us count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Again this is in 10 times. Next comes fish: 1, 2, 3. So here we need 3. Next is cow. Cow is written only one time, that is here. Next rabbit: 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. Okay. So what are tally markings now? Now you need to know how to write the tallies. So here 10 times is given. So let us mark the tallies. Just we have to put strips, lines. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 and fifth one will be crossed. Okay, again 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10th one will be crossed. So for every fifth one, okay, for every fifth term we have to cross it. Similarly here for the 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 and fifth one will be crossed. Similarly 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10th one will be crossed. Okay, these are nothing but called as tally marks. Only the lines we have to draw. Those are nothing but called as tally marks. Then 3 is given. So directly we can write 1, 2 and 3. Here 1 is given, so 1 we can put, and here 4 is given, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is nothing but the frequency distribution table for this question. Okay, so the next comes grouping of data. So for grouping the data we need two things first. Okay, one is lower class limit and one is upper class limit. So what is lower class limit? The smallest data value of a particular class is known as lower class limit, and the greatest data value of a class is known as upper class limit. So I'll show you what is this. So before that showing, we need to know what is this two things. So the lower class limit is nothing but the smallest data value, and the upper class limit is nothing but the greatest data value. Okay, so the next thing what we need to know is about the class interval. So what is class interval? The difference between the upper class limit and the lower class limit is nothing but the class interval. Okay, so we have learned what is upper class limit and what is lower class limit. So the difference between these two is nothing but called as class interval. It is also called as width or size of the class interval. It is also called as width or size of the class interval. So here you can see one more question is there, that is, try this question. Study the following frequency distribution table and answer the questions given below. So here below there is one more frequency distribution table, and you have to answer to those questions which are given below this frequency distribution table. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, this frequency distribution of daily income of 550 workers of a factory. This is the daily frequency distribution of daily income of 550 workers of a factory. So you can see here it is written as class interval. Okay, so this is nothing but called as class intervals. So here you can see 100 to 125. So what is this 100 to 125? It is nothing but daily income in rupees. So in 550 workers, there are so many workers who take only 100 to 125 rupees. How many workers? There are 45 workers. This is nothing but number of workers. 45 workers are taking 100 to 125 rupees daily. Okay, similarly 25 workers are taking 125 to 150 rupees daily, and so on. You can see 55 workers are taking 150 to 175 rupees, and this is so on. This is the total. How many workers? It is nothing but 550 workers. Okay, now we have studied about the lower class limit and upper class limit. So this is nothing but the lower class limit, and this side is nothing but the upper class limit. So what was lower class limit definition there? The smallest data of a class. So this is in the first one, this is the first class interval. In that, which is the smallest data? That is 100. In the second one, which is the smallest data? 125. In the third one, which is the smallest data? It is 150. Similarly, which is the greatest data here? It is 125, 150 and 175. Okay, so all this comes under the upper class limit, and this comes under the lowest class limit. Okay, next what we have spoke about again, the class interval. So the difference between the upper class limit and lower class limit is nothing but called as class interval. So this difference between 100 and 125, what will be the difference? 125 minus 100 will be nothing but 25. So this difference is nothing but called as the class interval, or we can say width, or as well as we can say size of the class interval. Here you can see width or size of the class interval. Okay, so below this few questions have been given which we have to answer it. So what is the size of the class interval? So what is the size here? You can see when you minus this 125 minus 100, what you are going to get is nothing but 25. So the answer you can write here, it is nothing but 25. 25 is the size of this class interval. So which class has the highest frequency? So this is nothing but given the frequency. Which is the class which is having highest frequency? So you can see here 140 is given. So 140 is for the class 200 to 225. So the answer you can write 200 to 225 has the highest frequency of 140. Next, which class has the lowest frequency? So you can see which is having the lowest frequency. Here 20 is given, which is the least value. So you can write 300 to 325 is having the lowest frequency. 300 to 325. Okay. The next one, what is the upper limit of the class interval 250 to 275? Okay, so what is asked here? What is the upper limit of the class interval? Class interval is already given. So among this, which is the upper limit? This is the 250 is the lower limit and 275 is the upper limit. So directly we can write the answer here, that is 275. Okay, next, which two classes have the same frequency? So just see which are the two classes which is having the same frequency. You can see here 55 and again 55 is repeated 2 times here. So what are the class interval? 150 to 175 and 225 to 250. So let us write 150 to 175 and 225 to 250. Okay. Okay, so you can see one more question is asked here. Construct a frequency distribution table for the data on weights. Okay, so these are given as in weights in kg of 20 students of a class using intervals 30 to 35, 35 to 40 and so on. So these are the number of weights of 20 students of a class. This is particularly all the 20 students are having this many weights. Okay, so they have asked us to prepare a frequency distribution table using the class intervals. They have already told us using this class interval 30 to 35, 35 to 40 and so on. We have to make the frequency distribution table. Okay, so just see, I have made it half ready. So 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50, 50 to 55, 55 to 60 and 60 to 65. So as you can see, 65 is the last. So there is no number which is greater than 65 in this. Okay, so according to this we have to write the frequency. So just what we have to check here is 30, between 30 to 35 how many students are having. So you can see 30 to 35 comes 1, 2, 3 students. So directly we can write 3 students. Next 35 to 40, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 students are having between that range. Okay, so 40 to 45, 40 to between 40 to 45 how many students? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 students. Okay, next 45 to 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next 50 to 55, 1, 2, only 2. Next 55 to 60, 1, only 1. Next 60 to 65, Here also only 1. So let us count this. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18, 19 and 20. So how many, what was the total number of students? Already told us there were 20 students. So the total is 20 here. Okay. So this is all about the frequency distribution table, how you have to write the class intervals and how you have to find out the frequency. Okay. Next we will move on to bar with a difference. So what is bar with a difference? Here we have to study about the histogram. So what is histogram? Histogram is similar to a bar graph where there is no gap between the bars or the class intervals. So in case of histogram, there will be no gaps between the bars of the class interval. So I will show you what is this histogram. Okay, so you can see one more question is here. Try this. Observe the histogram and answer the questions. So let us see what is that histogram and what are those questions. Okay. Okay, so here you can see this is nothing but a histogram. So you can see in case of bar graph, what we used to do is we used to leave one column between these two. Isn't it? Between these two bars, we used to leave one column. But in case of histogram, there is no gap between these columns or this bars we can say. Okay, so this is nothing but called as histogram. Okay, and what here they have given, this is x-axis. On the x-axis what they have given, height in centimeter is given, and on the y-axis what they have given, number of girls of class 7th is been given. And you can see one this type of line here, jagged line here. Okay, so this shows there are numbers between 0 to 125, but since it was not necessary for us, what we have done, we have not drawn it. Okay, there are numbers present here, but since it was not necessary for us, we needed the number from 125 to 160, so we have used only those numbers, but these numbers are already present here, but we have not drawn. This lines shows. Okay. Next, let us see what are the questions here. What information is being given by the histogram? So what is the information given here? The heights of girls of class 7th has been given. So let us write heights of class 7th girls has been given. Okay, so next, which group contains maximum girls? So which is the group which contains maximum number of girls? You can see here 140 to 145. So here we can write 140 to 145. This group contains maximum number of girls. Okay, next, how many girls have a height of 145 centimeter and more? So from 145 centimeter and more, we have to count from 145. So you can see from this point, 4 plus 2, that is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So 7 girls are having height of 145 centimeter and more. Okay. Next, if we divide the girls into the following 3 categories, how many would be there in each? So these are the 3 categories they have shown here. So if we divide the girls into this categories, how many girls we will get in each category we have to answer. So just say 150 centimeter and more. So from 150 centimeter we have to count from this point. Okay, 150 and more. So 2 plus 1, that is nothing but 3. So in the group A we will get 3 girls. Okay. Next. So 140 centimeter to less than 150 centimeter. So 140 centimeter to less than 150 centimeter. Okay, so between from this range to this range. So 7 plus 4, that is nothing but 11 girls. So here you can write 11 girls. Next, less than 140 centimeter, that is group C. Less than 140 centimeter means from this point you have to see less number. So 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay, so here we will get 6 girls. Okay, so that's all for today. So we'll come back in the next video with the exercise 3.1 of this chapter. I hope you have understood with this video. If you are having any doubts regarding this, you can comment me down below, and please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.